everyone, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. So this is Insecure season 4 episode 4, Lowkey losing it. So Molly and Issa, they losing it, whatever. I don't know, we just gonna hop right into this thing. Is it me, or is Molly like turning out to be that one friend that as soon as they get a man, all of a sudden they have all the answers, they know everything about life, they know the keys to success, and they just, their relationship is just wonderful. They don't understand how like you can't be successful or how you were ever having trouble in your relationships because it's just so simple. That's who Molly is in this episode here. And it's crazy because she knows that her and Andrew have all the problems of the world right now, but she's sitting up here putting up the front like everything's just so good, like how she tried to kick it to Kelly and all of them when they were sitting up there when they came to visit the baby, which the baby's absolutely gorgeous. She's so pretty. But she was just like, that's the key, talking about, she was seconding what Tiffany was saying, pretty much like, yeah, that's the key to a successful relationship. Y'all have to have communication. You have to have this, you have to have that. I'm like, okay, girl, please. You and Andrew going through whatever y'all going through, because obviously you're still stuck in in work mode, and you don't understand that you're entering into a relationship. You make no time for this man. But I just want to say this is something that I thought was kind of like, it's a little off-putting about the show. It bothered me just a tad. I was like, the problem with having such short episodes is that somehow we've gone from Andrew's dating other people and they have nothing really serious going on and they're confused, to now all of a sudden he's demanding all the time in the world, and he's not understanding why, like, Molly can't make time for him, and he just wants all of this attention. And now, he's talking about they're past the introductory phase. And I'm like, hold on, how you pass the introductory phase in one episode? But, that's just what happens when you have these quick episodes. They jump over stuff and we don't really get to see the details, which is, we need the details. That's what we're here for. But, okay, I digress. Y'all, where is Condola? I'm like, Issa's calling her phone. They've got deadlines. This whole block party thing is about to pop off, but Condola's nowhere to be found. And it was crazy because I think that Lawrence was about to drop the bomb on Issa, and I think it has something to do with Condola. But then, Issa got the phone call, so it kind of cut her little conversation with Lawrence short. Lawrence been itching to have a conversation with her anyway, because we know that him and Condola are going through what they're going through. I think Condola just kind of took a little hiatus from that whole Lawrence Issa situation altogether. Even though that's kind of an ugly thing to do, because you have drama with Lawrence, so now Issa's gonna have to suffer. But that's what happens when you find yourself becoming friends with your ex's new partner and working with them. Like, if they would have just gotten to know each other on a personal level, that would have been one thing, but this is a work relationship. So I think Condola's dead wrong for like dipping out on Issa because she's dealing with her emotional drama from Lawrence. But here we are. So this gave Lawrence the opportunity to do exactly what he wanted to do. He's been itching to talk to Issa. They're outside, they're laughing like he rekindled, and we already know he want that old thing back. Lawrence is around here sniffing. Issa better not fool with him. It's just not a good look, because he just ditched her. He just pretty much like told her, girl, I'm not even interested in you. Only reason he's interested in her is because him and Condola are going through what they're going through. So yeah, Issa needs to go ahead. Plus she got that phone call from old boy from Nathan. I was like, okay, Nathan, come through. He left a little message. She didn't really reply. So I feel like as this thing is leading up, I really feel like her and Molly are gonna bump heads, and it's gonna be about Nathan. But we're gonna see. So Issa orders this food. They give her this little bitty thing. I don't know what that was. I was like, what is even in there? That better not cost no more than $3. But anyway, she ordered a little bit of food. That kind of caught me off. I don't really like that, for the little food truck. But anyway, she's going through her phone contacts, and see, I have about 500 contacts in my phone. I don't know who half these people are. Like, it piles up over time. But she's going down the list, and now she found out that Ray done got shot, and his phone got shot too. She calling up people. They done got saved and sanctified, over the years, because she dipped out, and then now she's trying to get back because she needs a headliner for her show. So she's just going out her list of everybody that she knows, and she's coming up with dust pretty much. So she decides to call Molly. Molly got the hookup through Asian Bay. So Molly says, okay, Molly, they get on the phone. I thought it was real weird how Issa hopped on the phone. Molly was going through something, and Issa was just like, oh, well, sorry to hear that. Listen, can you help me? That's all she wanted. She called for that specific reason, and it was like she didn't really care what her friend was going through. So that already set the mood. Like, I was like, okay, they need to deal with whatever mess they have going. They either need to fix this friendship or they need to move on. It's one or the other. So with Molly and Andrew, they sit up here. Andrew made plans to go to poker night with his boys. I see no problems with that because Molly kept scheduling and messing up their plans, or overscheduling, rescheduling, pretty much playing Andrew to the back burner. And, you know, if you're going to play him to the left, he has plans. He wants to meet up with you, but he's going to have a backup plan because he knows it's probably going to fall through anyway. So he made plans to go to poker night with his homeboys. And she was like, wait a minute, how you going to make plans when we had date night? How you gonna press him about that when y'all have had multiple date nights and you keep canceling? So I think that what she should have done is let him go ahead and have his thing, and that should have been a lesson for her moving forward. Don't keep stringing this man along and playing this game when, like, you know, if you have time for him, have time for him. If you don't, then make that very clear. But don't keep canceling last minute and just expect Andrew to just sit around and wait for you, because y'all are new. It took you half a second to really have to get with him, get him on board with this. Now that he's on board, don't push the man away. So yeah, I think she kind of threw a little hissy fit at the table. She probably should have kept that to herself. But the fact that she was like, you know what, cool, I'm gonna just go do what I do. Go ahead with your boys and to poker night. He should have been able to do that without any trouble from her. So this episode's music, my two tops were Petrol by Choker and Temperature by TMR on Radio. She fooled with TMR because this is like her second or third time that I've heard something from her on the episode. So I'm liking that. Those were my two top songs. There was also another one. I don't really know the name. I need to look that up. I need to figure out what song that is because that one was hitting too. But so moving forward, Kelly, I love me some Kelly. I can't get enough of Kelly. You know, she didn't call Tiffany's baby ugly. She pretty much, she calling Lawrence out. Okay, Lawrence got a job now over there looking all employed. And, you know, Kelly is just too much. I love me some Kelly. What threw me about that part of it was Tiffany was sitting up there drinking wine in the middle of the day, and she got a whole newborn. Like, you just had the baby, you're already getting drunk. And, you know, she was pumping, so I'm like, I'm hoping that she's doing the pump and dump type thing, but why you getting drunk right after you had the baby? That soon? But okay, all right. Now, something that blew me is when the conversation came up about this pretty little baby here. It's a little girl. Tiffany and her man just had the little girl. Lawrence is in there talking to his friend. And the first thing he says is, you know, my daughter is going to get poked by some raggedy behind boy. Yeah, you know that because you've been a raggedy behind boy. Why is it that black men seem to think that they can do what they want to do to other people's daughters, but they start to feel some sort of way when they have their own daughter? It's like the way that they want a man to treat their mothers and their daughters, they don't treat other people's mothers and daughters like that. So they sit up there with the baby, and he's just like, you know, yeah, some little raggedy boy is gonna have my daughter. Whatever. Y'all know what he said. I'm like, okay, and how many people's daughters have you done that to? You know what I mean? You have no respect for other people's daughters, but you want someone to have respect for yours. I don't know why it takes for them to have daughters to start to feel something. And then the ones who continue to have multiple daughters and they still out here womanizing, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll do that at a later date. Now, the kicker for the whole thing is Molly's all judgmental behind. She's sitting up there standing in the window at Issa and Lawrence, and she has in her head told herself that they've got something, you know, something ugly going on, more than what it was. They were just having a simple conversation, but she's in the mirror, and instead of talking to her friend, she's just assuming that she knows. It's like Molly got her a relationship, and now she sees everything wrong with everyone else, but she doesn't see any fault in what she's doing. She's bragging to people about, oh yeah, my man understands, and my man this, and we have this type of relationship. I don't know. I'm gonna call her new love. She got some new love. Now all of a sudden she lost her mind. But the thing that I thought was like the highlight of this whole episode was when Molly went in the bathroom and she called Issa. And she was like, listen, I ain't gonna ask him. I'm not gonna ask him to hook you up with a headliner. I'm not gonna do that because I care about this relationship and I don't want to do anything to violate the relationship. Here's the deal. All Molly had to do, I think she was 100% right in that. She shouldn't have asked Andrew to help Issa. I agree with that 100%. And the only reason I say that is because her and Andrew are on rocky ground right now themselves. So to ask him to do a favor, now ain't the time. But what I do feel like is that she should have said to her friend, hey, so we got it going through something right now, and right now might not be the best time for me to ask him for anything because I've been showing my behind. So I need to get back on board, and I need to get our relationship back on track, and then we could ask for help. So the timing's just off. I can't really do it. But that's not what she did. She kicked it to Issa in a way to where it was like, well, I'm gonna pick him over you, and I don't have time for what you have going on. Let's go. I don't want to blend the two. I want to keep them separate. That's not what it was. She didn't want to step on unfrozen ice, thin ice. That's what she's skating on thin ice with Andrew, and now was not the time to ask him for anything. So she's been neglecting that man. She's got to repair their relationship before she could come asking for favors. But the way she went at it with Issa, all she had to do was tell her if she really wanted that friendship, if she valued the friendship, she would have told Issa what the deal was. But that right there, that was like, to me, that was drawing the line in the sand. You could have made things real clear with your friend, but what you chose to do was make your friend come at your friend like you weren't the most loyal. And I really feel like it wouldn't have been a problem if Molly would have told Issa what the issue was. Hey, I'm not in a good place with Andrew right now, so I'm not going to ask him. Because honestly, I feel like Issa was in the same position when it came to Molly. The same way Molly should not have asked Andrew to do her a favor because they kind of not in a good place. Issa should have never went to Molly and asked her for the favor because they're not in a good place. But Issa was being selfish. It served her to ask, and she didn't really care about the fact that her and her friend were in an ugly place. She still and didn't even care that her friend was going through what she was going through. She just wanted that favor, so she came to her and she's like, I need a favor, so I'm gonna ask you. Like, sometimes you gotta know what they say, read the room. You need to read the room, and the room was not in your favor. So Issa should have never asked Molly, just like Molly should not have asked Andrew. The difference is Molly knew better than to ask Andrew. Issa overstepped her bounds. So it's gonna come to a head. We're on episode 4. I say by episode 6, I think they are gonna bump. They're gonna bump heads, and they're gonna bump hard. So yeah, let's just see how that goes. Y'all comment down below what y'all thought about this episode. Make sure you thumbs me up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and hit the blue bell for the notifications. Once you hit the blue bell, make sure that you click all. And yeah, let's get together for the next episode. This is